path with a pulse of its own.
3, 2, 1.
Final Encountercast. Interesting conflicts, not conflicts of interest.
Typical corporate bullshit.
With your hosts, Nate, Robbie, Chris, Nika, and Callie. FinalEncountercast.com.
Ready? Get set? Go!
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Final Encountercast, a weekly gaming talk show. Twitch.tv/Final Encountercast.
It is a ticking time bomb in here.
It really is. This may be really unpleasant for my co-hosts at some point.
I'm so glad that I'm not in studio this week.
Oh, God.
So, I just ate, and my stomach has been making some really bizarre noises right before.
I think alarming is the right word. Those are terrifying sounds to hear a human being.
Jesus, it stinks in here.
Not yet. It might in a little bit.
Oh, my God.
What'd you have?
Little Caesars.
Same thing we have every night, Robbie.
Oh.
Yeah, this may not end well. So if I cut out at some point, you guys know what's happening.
And if we cut out at some point, you know what's happening.
And it probably cuts out. You don't know what's happening.
It's probably just the internet.
It's probably Comcast.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, that's fair.
Comcasted.
That's fair. I feel like I should get the spare mic and just like put it on my tummy so that everyone can hear how terrible it is. I mean, it really is. It's alarmingly loud.
Final Intestinal Cast.
Final Encountercast featuring a Nero's bowels.
Oh,
Nobody
God.
can tell the difference between his mouth or
I feel a little bit better now.
Comcasted.
Anyway, if anyone is left joining us today,
We're so sorry.
joining us today, we've got a special guest. His name is Austin Creed. You may know him a little bit better by his ring name, Xavier Woods.
Yes.
He'll be joining us a little bit later on in the show to discuss his YouTube channel, UpUpDownDown.
WWE Tag Team Champion?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We only get the best here on Final Encountercast.
And Cal.
And then there's... God damn you.
Oh, nailed it.
See? He's doing this. Callie has been sniping punchlines all night. And it's fucking
Why does he
annoying.
still have a mic then?
Because taking away his mic...
isn't the bit.
Yeah, that's not the joke.
Okay,
I know you
this
have a-
isn't about jokes, though. This is about dominance, okay? And you need to exert it.
No, I think Nate has done enough dominating on these shows. I don't think we need to see any more of that.
Oh, funny.
Oh,
You're a funny guy.
Daddy.
Send him to the kitchen, then. Gosh, I don't know. Just do something.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. FinalEncountercast.com is the website. Of course, you're joining us live here at twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. Although, if you're listening on the podcast, make sure that you make time to join us live if you happen to be available on a Sunday, because we are a live call-in show. 810-207-1764, the number to dial, or Final Encountercast on Skype if you would like to call in and talk to us about anything. How are you enjoying Sun and Moon?
I just beat the game.
What are you looking forward to the most that's coming out in the holiday season? Have you received your copy of Final Fantasy 15 yet? We want to hear from you. Final Encountercast on Skype, 810-207-1764. All right, since my voice is clearly going out, let's hear Callie yap about some stuff and check out what's going on in the news.
I'm here to do the news tonight.
And that's the way the news goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you important news.
Here's a story that's out of this world.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll start off as we so often do with Niantic. They have seen fit to rebalance the game a bit, adjusting the combat power stats on a number of Pokemon. Some of the competitive staples of Gen 1, such as Alakazam, Gengar, and Rhydon, will see their CP go up, while others will be brought down. This is done in the hopes of increasing variety at gyms.
Yeah, and boy, has that seemed to work. Although I do run into a lot of Gyarados these days.
Yeah, Gyarados got buffed for some reason.
Gyarados got a huge buff. Well, because it takes 400 fucking candies. That's why.
That's a good reason.
I think
that's a perfectly fair
that's
reason.
a totally valid reason.
Okay, then why did Vaporeon get buffed as well?
That no one knows.
No one can understand that.
Yeah.
Because great, Vaporeon is a thing again. My favorite, Kabutops got quite a significant boost as well. It was nice to see my Kabutops army with the upper echelons of them in the lower 2Ks. That's pretty cool. My Dragonite got a boost for some reason.
That was needed. What?
Not a lot, but a little bit, because I was definitely, my top Dragonite was not at 3K yet. I was still at level 29, and it was at like about 2987, and after the buff, it was 3,000 exactly.
Interesting.
So Dragonite got a little bit of a boost, but it's nice to see Gengar and Alakazam start making an appearance in gyms. I mean, like, dude, Alakazam was so disappointing the first time getting, evolving one.
As good as he was in the actual game. It's so weird to see him just suck in Pokemon Go.
Dude, and he was terrible. And for how much of a challenge Abras presented catching them, because they dash after a ball no matter what. You know, like, it is really nice to see that, you know, that'll pay off now. What else got a buff? What else have you guys seen? I see a lot of Rhydons too.
I know, Rhydon got a big buff, but I know Victory Bell and Vileplume both got nerfed.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Blastoise also got nerfed too.
Blastoise, Venusaur, Charizard a slight buff if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think Golem and Machamp got buffed.
Yep. Oh, my Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, all those single state or no evolutions got buffed as well.
Yeah, I hashed Hitmonlee and he was really pretty good.
Well, yeah, the last Scyther that I popped out was not bad at all.
Snorlax okay?
Snorlax is good.
Look how worried Robbie is. Snorlax all right?
Yeah, I think Snorlax got buffed as well. Pretty much everything got.
Look and see how he's doing. It's been a while since I've logged in.
Yeah, I think everything got buffed except for like the grass types, because fuck grass types.
Yeah, because
You
know.
Well, because no one was using fire types, man. There was no reason to.
Arcanine got nerfed a little bit.
That's right. Arcanine did get nerfed a bit. Yeah.
Well, he was really strong. Like any Growlithe you evolved, it just was an insane Arcanine.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of Arcanines. I actually cleared out a lot of my doubles. So I figured, you know, they've waited so long on the trading thing that it's like it's almost why bother. And you know, I don't know if we talked about this last week or not, but they also added Ditto. Officially.
They did.
Yeah.
We talked about that some of his code was in the game, but he wasn't confirmed yet.
Yeah.
And how disappointing was this ad? Like, they waited so long to finally put him in there, and it was exactly what we thought it would be. Catch some random Pokemon, it turns into Ditto, and then transforms you into whatever you're fighting.
Pretty much.
What happens if you're running Ditto and you go to a gym that's got a Ditto in it? Can't they both only just transform?
And they use Struggle.
Do they have Struggle? I don't. What happens in that situation?
Do they? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So if you build up your meter,
Stomper's still in that gym, guys.
Yeah.
Pokemon Uranium and another Metroid 2 remake have been removed from the ballot at the Game Awards in the category of Best Fan-Made Creation. Nintendo has not commented on whether they were responsible for the change, but fans will remember earlier this year when the company cease and desisted these two fan projects weeks after release.
You know,
I'm torn on this.
Another example of why the Game Awards is bullshit. I mean, look, if you're gonna support fan-created stuff, like, dude, Pokemon Uranium before it got C&D'd was downloaded like some millions of times. Like, it was huge. It was huge, and it took, I forget, like 10 years to make it. It took like a fucking long time. They spent a long time making that. And, you know, if you're gonna be an award, you know, like give awards out for that kind of stuff, like, dude, maybe you should have thought about that before even nominating them, because
Yeah.
like now, like the fact that it was out there, like if Nintendo complained about that shit, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Well, and like
that category itself is kind of a slippery slope, because fan-made implies that it's going to be a game that's already established, such as Metroid or Pokemon, and it's fans who are making it, but then at the same time, you're stomping all over intellectual property. So depending on what property you're looking at, the company could very easily put out a cease and desist, and at that point, I would think that it would disqualify you from it.
But does it though? I mean, like, because if that's the case, then it's not like the C&Ds behind these two, specifically these two games, were any secret. I mean, they were taken down very quickly. So, you know, the Game Awards people had to be mindful of that when they nominated them in the first place. So if you're going to make a statement like that, stand behind your statement.
Yeah, I mean, what's left at this point? Brutal Doom 64? That's, I think, it.
Yeah, that's why I feel like that entire category could probably be reworked or something in a way that, I don't know.
As a category, it doesn't make much sense to have.
They blew out the category.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, at that point, yeah.
I just it's disappointing. Again, I don't know what I expected from the Game Awards, because it's let's be fair, it's the fucking Game Awards.
Expectations are low.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Jennifer Hale, Ray Chase, Phil Lamar, and Keith Farley took to Reddit this week to host an AMA regarding the SAG-AFTRA strike. They answered many questions about what precisely voice actors are seeking and how it got to this point, and we encourage you guys to head on over and check it out.
Yeah, nice to see some very visible voice actors getting out in front of that and really being open with this. You know, we've talked about it plenty of times. We've talked to David Hayter, we've talked to James Arnold Taylor, gotten their takes on the situation, and you know, like I think through my interactions with all these folks, you know, my takeaway is that voice acting is not a very lucrative field. It's not something that you do because you are in it for the money.
Yeah, you don't become a voice actor seeking fortune.
Right. And I mean, radio is not that dissimilar. You know, there was no one told me when I was like, I want to be in radio. No one told me, look, kid, you're going to make a whole lot of money doing this. Like, every single person that I said, I want to be a radio DJ, they were like, you're gonna make nothing. You're gonna make diddly shit. And they're not wrong. I mean, they're not wrong.
Backup plan. How many times you hear that one?
Yes.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
So many. Go to college. Make sure you go to college.
At Specs Howard, I had teachers telling me, make sure you have a backup plan. I'm like, oh, great. I just dropped a lot of money to go to school here. Thanks for that piece of advice.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And the thing is, I mean, like, you know, we're all kind of in the same boat, dude. We're all, you know, like, dude, anyone who gets laid off from the radio station that I work at, immediately they go start working on a podcast. They make their own podcast. Yep. I mean, like, dude, this is not uncommon.
So you're ahead of the curve.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I'm 10 years ahead of the curve. Right.
For comparison, I think based on one of the interviews that you did down at Alamo, as a part-time retail employee, I make more money than most voice actors.
Depending on
I don't live in Hollywood.
Depending on how much they work. Like, that's the caveat.
Yeah.
You know, like when we talked to Sean Schimmel out at Alamo City Comic-Con, you know, that was the thing that he said is, like, you know, even as a prolific voice actor that can get a lot of work, every time is still an audition. There's still a chance that I don't get that. And if you have no resume, if you have if you have very little experience and you don't necessarily have a voice that stands out, you have a very sort of average palette of characters that you can present, then, you know, roles are gonna pass you by. It's gonna happen. And you know, as Sean was saying, like, as a prolific voice actor, it still limited his ability, and he would have made something like, you know, $20,000 that year if he had relied on just video game voice acting alone.
Wow.
Right? Like, that's insane.
Definitely. So with Sombra finally out, the Overwatch community has been able to shift their attention to Doomfist, a character whose name was first revealed in the original trailer. Terry Crews, who most know from the high-octane Old Spice commercials, has spoken out saying he wants to voice the character.
Yes!
And I think everyone has agreed that this should happen.
Blizzard,
That'd be amazing.
Blizzard, get on this.
Seriously.
We need this in our lives. We deserve this.
It sounds like Terry Crews would even do that for damn near free. Like at the like he's really bringing up like, dude, I really want to do this. Like, it doesn't sound like he's vying for a role. It sounds like he's, volunteering time.
You gotta just show up at Blizzard's headquarters one day and be like, I'm here for the Doomfist stuff.
Who would stop him?
We don't even have anything written yet. He's like, don't worry about it. I got it.
It's Terry Crews. If you look him in the eye, I'm pretty sure you shit your pants. Like, that's just what happens.
Right.
It's Terry Crews.
Put him in a booth for an hour. Just have him say random shit.
Dude, he could crush me like a grape. I'd say if he showed up at my door, I'd be like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want. You want to record for Doomfist? Fine. Let's do the whole session.
They could just rip lines out of his Old Spice commercials and layer them over it.
Honestly,
I'm into that.
That wouldn't be bad. Think of how many Old Spice jokes they could make just by hiring Terry Crews alone.
So good. Blizzard, get on it.
Seriously.
This is like a Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool thing. Like, he just wants to do it. Let him do it.
Let him do it. Blizzard, you're missing a huge opportunity if you miss out.
You lose nothing.
Seriously.
Amazon Japan has collaborated with SE to have a little fun with its customers, creating stickers for their boxes that make it look like the box has been torn and contains a copy of Final Fantasy 15. This was likely done in response to the game being accidentally shipped earlier this week.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Our own Nika has her copy.
I hate her.
She technically got it early, right?
Yeah. Why do you hate her?
Yeah.
Yeah, not Tuesday.
So it's Tuesday's
release day.
Gotcha.
Yeah, after she got hers, like, I actually went out to Best Buy and looked around. I'm like, where's FF15? Then I, opened up my phone. It's like, not till the 29th. I'm like, oh, damn it. Wasting time.
Yeah. I don't know why she got hers early. It's just the UPS gods blessed her.
Went to Best Buy for nothing.
I know.
Might as well buy a car stereo.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think that I'm just going to send reports to Square Enix that Nika got hers early and she's playing it and see if I can get her banned.
But so many people got it early. Like, people were getting it, like, way before Nika, too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like,
yes.
It leaked early in the week.
Like, it was like...
Tuesday, right?
Yeah, like
Monday
I
Tuesday.
think people were reporting that Tuesday was like the earliest that they were getting them. Fuck
Monsters.
Me. Crazy.
And on the note of Final Fantasy 15, launch day is officially this Tuesday, although, like I've said, a good number of people have received it already. Despite a 2-month delay in production, there is still a day one patch clocking in at around 7 gigs, although in fairness, the majority of that is a set of cutscenes being added from Brotherhood and the Omen trailer. SE clarified these scenes were unable to fit on the disc.
Oh, come on.
Your game's humongous, guys.
This is what took 2 months?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, no. Fixing the broken game is what took 2 months. This is just the excuse. This is...
Well, hold on.
Their excuse for delaying 2 months was DLC.
Wait. We have no proof whatsoever that they fixed the broken game.
Fair enough.
God damn it, you're right. You're right.
Chris is always right.
Fair. Okay. Righto.
All right. So, Callie, how excited are you for Final Fantasy 15?
I'm not.
Not at all?
Well, it's like I have no idea of what to expect with this game. I'm blind to it.
Okay, so it's Final Fantasy 15. It's the next Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it is.
Get hype.
Yeah, I guess. When's the last good
Callie,
Final Fantasy?
Do you plan on streaming your first playthrough or no?
Yes, absolutely. I've been doing...
Maybe 4 of us streaming our first playthroughs.
Well, I've been doing this thing trying to go into it blind since, July or June? I think I owe it to at least give it that first playthrough blind on stream, right?
I don't think you've really gained anything because I've watched all the shit, and I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of it, and I still feel like I'm going in blind.
I've had people telling me that
you're watching shit. Like, why watch shit when you should be watching the anime and the movie attached to it?
I've had people telling me that by not watching any of the stuff that goes with it, like, I'm probably in a better place.
You might be.
Really?
But they're companion pieces.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Anyway, here's where I'm at. The game is 2 days away. I can't get hype or angry at it at this point. There's nothing they could put out today that's gonna really it's out in 2 days. I'm gonna play it. I already ordered it. It's gonna be here in 2 days, and I'll see then. It's not like we're still 4 months out and doing all the speculation about what we have to look forward to for the next season. But here we are. It's 48 hours from launch. I'll know soon.
I'm kind of excited for our viewers because they're going to be able to watch, obviously, Nika play it, who's in love with it before it even came out. Callie, who's sort of middle of the road, whatever. And then me and Chris, who are kind of this is going to suck really bad. And we all plan on streaming it. So look to see 3 different, perspectives of the game. So I think that's really exciting for you guys.
That will be interesting.
Speak for yourself, because I don't think it's going to suck. Because I don't think any Final Fantasy sucks. Any numbered Final Fantasy.
Did you play Final Fantasy 13?
It wasn't a bad game.
Oh,
really?
No, keyword there. Keyword. It wasn't a bad game. But what about as a Final Fantasy?
It was a fine Final Fantasy.
Oh, come on
Throw
now.
something at him.
Come on.
Something at him.
I plan on playing Final Fantasy 13
Boo.
3. Ow, stop it. You are an adult.
Yeah,
That's debatable.
And your fucking opinions are shit.
You're shit.
People are already asking in the chat, will we multi-Twitch this? Yes, probably. I would imagine so. It'll be on both FAC and LBR.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm
I would
gonna
imagine so.
Yeah.
Nate, are you going to play 15?
You're going to wait and see?
You're going to see what the
If
internet
somebody
says first?
buys it for him.
I mean, no, it's not that I can't afford it. I definitely can afford it. It's a question of time right now.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, my time is seriously at a premium to the point where I'm hardly playing 14 as much as I should. And I feel like, if I'm going to invest time in something, I'm not I'm not even playing Pokemon Sun and Moon at the moment. You know what I mean?
But you have a more specific reason for that.
Right. Yes, there is a specific reason for that. But I mean, when I am able to play Sun and Moon, you know what I mean? I feel like I'd rather sink a bunch of time into that than be distracted between the two. Or I just don't know, man. I have reservations. About committing to getting into 15. I mean, I'll buy it. It's going to be a day one purchase for me.
Yeah.
I've got it pre-ordered. Whether or not I'll dive straight into playing it,
maybe we'll revisit this after next week's episode. I'm sure we're going to talk about it.
yeah, I'll try it. I'll definitely try it. This week starts my line of 6 a.m. Call times. So my only day off is Thursday. So maybe I'll try to make some time Thursday and plug some time into it. So
cool. All right, so Ember Films, an independent animation studio, has created a short film adaptation of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. The company, which draws heavy inspiration from the likes of Miyazaki and Pixar, created the excellent 5-minute film setting the story of Majora's Mask, and I highly recommend it to everyone. It's so pretty.
I smell a C&D coming from Nintendo. Honestly, unless Nintendo...
Go watch it while you can, then.
Yeah, unless Nintendo was in on this from day one, I highly suspect that they'll put the kibosh on it.
They should if they are not a part of it, but it looks outstanding.
Was the Nintendo logo on anything, any part of the
I don't
credits?
remember seeing it.
Probably
Okay,
not.
then
No.
if not, then I'm gonna guess that they probably weren't attached to it. And if they're not, I mean, that really they are very litigious about
Yeah,
that. They want to. I mean, a couple of our videos have been taken down by Nintendo. So
Some bitch.
Nevertheless, while you still can, take a look at it because it's really good. So come December the 12th, Oculus Rift users will be able to stream Xbox One games directly to their Rift headsets. The feature was first announced about 18 months ago and will be free upon launch. This, of course, won't convert games into virtual reality, but will allow Oculus users to play the games on a massive screen, similar to how Netflix works. So,
have you, Chris? Have you tried Netflix with the PSVR yet?
Not exactly. No, but I've
Not exactly. No. Okay.
Well, I mean, I haven't done Netflix, but I have used the picture picture
The big wall screen.
thing before. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty sweet.
So,
if I had it in my room, I'd probably use it a lot more often, but it's in Robbie's room, so...
I haven't used it to watch movies or anything, but I've played World of Final Fantasy while essentially sleeping. It's really cool.
I got to do my first experience with VR. I watched Stranger Things on Netflix, and my girlfriend let me borrow the Samsung Oculus set.
Okay, yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously it's not as powerful as the VR or the Oculus Rift, but even that experience was like, you look at it like this is Gen 1 technology, but this is the future. Like, it is so immersive.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it's like you're sitting there, you look around, you can look in all directions. The screen is in front of you like you're in just like a big theater.
Okay.
And you can look in all directions. And the thing that always gets me is your ability just to tilt your head, not to necessarily look
Move
right
your
and left,
head?
but
Yeah.
you can tilt and like lean over the back of the couch and things like that to look at what's behind you.
Huh.
And yeah, it's very, very immersive. Like I was just doing it with like earbuds. If I had some big noise canceling headphones to go with it would have been insane.
Wow.
I'm like, this was just like the Samsung, like this is my phone was powering this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try something like real heavily powered.
I was playing the Call of Duty that we got with the PS4 on the headset, and what I thought was really cool about it is when I was done, like I'm sitting here staring at my TV, obviously, but I'm using the headset. Then when I'm done and I like take it off, the TV's behind me and I'm staring at my door. I'm like, what the fuck? So somehow I had gotten turned all the way around, but had no fucking idea.
I got my parents to try this thing on, and they're like, I thought their brains were gonna melt out of their ears. Like all my worries about VR, like the ones that were just deep down there, are gone. I believe wholeheartedly VR will succeed.
When are you guys gonna bring the PSVR over?
Yeah, bring it over.
Oh, buddy, you can make a trip. You can make a trip up to Flint whenever you want, because I know you do it pretty often. Basically week. Oh wait, it's only yearly. It's like every New Year's.
Not even that.
So he didn't even come to New Year's Eve last year.
Yeah, I'm probably not coming again this year. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
we haven't made any plans for this.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'm gonna work. So
fair enough. Yeah, because the PSVR is so hard. Oh, it's such a challenge to transport that motherfucker, right?
Dude, the amount of cords is fucking insane.
Oh no,
like,
cords.
This takes me back to the days of like, you know, when it was like a big deal having to like do all the little plugs and the shit and the adapter on the back of your TV. Oh, it's insane. It took me 2 hours last night to get the VR hooked up to the Elgato to work on my PC. Speaking of which, I might be streaming the beginning hour of the Resident Evil game after.
Oh, sweet! So you got the PS4 to work with the stream?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Good.
Sweet.
Neat.
All right, so Hello Games has released their Foundation update for No Man's Sky. Patch notes are now available, and the primary feature of the update is that it lays the foundation for base building. It also includes item stacking and 2 new play modes. Joining the normal mode players are familiar with is Creative Mode, which focuses on base building, and Survival Mode, which focuses on the game's survival mechanics.
Does literally anyone care?
No.
When I first saw that this big update was coming, I was kind of like, oh, maybe this will, like reinvigorate it or something. And then when I read exactly what they were, putting in, they're like, all right, I mean, base building is cool as all, but then all I can imagine is all you're going to be doing is mining more items and being like, do I have enough? Nope, let me go get more. And, just.
But now the items stack, Robbie.
Yeah, so you can stack up to 5 of them.
What?
Yeah, up to 5.
That's it?
I think that's what it said. Yeah.
Oh my god, fuck this game so much.
That's probably what they mean, because let's say like you can hold 200 nickel in like a single item thing. You can probably stack 5 stacks of 200.
Fair enough. I don't know. I don't care. Fuck this game.
Nobody cares about this stupid game.
It wouldn't be.
What was reaction? What was the reaction online?
I think the patch just hit today.
But when they announced it, like, does anyone give a shit anymore, or was all of the goodwill spent?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. It actually surprised me. I'm like, wow, they're still trying.
Not just letting it die. Interesting.
Aren't they like going to court over this or something? Over false advertising?
In Europe, I think.
Oh no, Europe.
beating a dead horse with a stick is one thing, but taking that dead horse and trying to stand it back up and convince us that it's able to take us for a ride, I'm not buying it.
Stick a pole up its ass. People will think it's alive.
We take it for a ride.
It wouldn't be the holiday season unless Cards Against Humanity had a way to troll us, and this year it's with the holiday hole. They've rented out a backhoe and are digging a hole as long as you keep giving them money. For every dollar they get, they'll dig for another 0.4 seconds. And so far, they've been digging since Black Friday. Last I saw, they were just under 3 hours left on the timer, and they've raised over $95,000.
They're just digging a hole.
Why are they digging a hole?
Why are they getting $95,000 to dig a hole?
They've got this.
You guys think we're bad?
We can dig a hole.
They've got this giant piece of construction equipment on their grounds, and they're just digging a big ass hole.
Skuro, go buy a shovel.
What happens when they get so deep that like they hit water or something? They just gonna keep going?
I think it might have ended. Kookie's updating us that they're over $100,000 now, but it sounds like it might be over.
You know.
Oh my God.
They're putting the money in the hole? Is that true?
I don't know, but I hope
they better not.
They can't. They'll have people like infiltrating all the time trying to steal money out of their ground.
Look, I'm just saying, like, dude, we have people to dig holes. We can pay. Well, we can force Skuro to dig a hole for money. I think that's a great idea.
No, dude.
Just steal it.
My stepdad has a backhoe.
Oh
no,
we could get a huge hole.
Backhoe doesn't even.
All right. First of all, we're probably all on medications that prohibit us from operating a backhoe. Okay, and even if we weren't, none of us know how to do that.
How hard can it be?
We're
You just dig.
We're also talking about Skuro here. I think for his own safety, the safety of your uncle's backhoe,
stepdad's
backhoe.
Well, he doesn't get to play with the backhoe.
Why does your stepdad have a backhoe?
Well, no,
we have construction. You dumbass.
Can we make sure?
He literally digs basement as his job.
Guys, it says hole got dug. Okay, there's a hole now. Update soon.
Like, okay, we can give Skuro a spork and he can dig with that, and someone else gets to use the backhoe.
I think watching Skuro dig with a spork is funnier.
I'm into that. Could be funny.
Can we like poke Skuro with a spork instead?
We can have him at gunpoint.
Whoa!
Just escalate that shit.
We may not be able to put that on Twitch.
No.
They might get upset about that.
Camera.
No, that's definitely for like.
That's gonna have to be YouTube Live.
Oh no! Like we could like just tape the gun to the camera, so the camera or the gun is always out of focus. But as we're panning on people, they got a gun pointed at them. That's reality TV.
Okay. What?
Anyway, thank you, Cards Against Humanity, for making us question our sanity every holiday season. Nintendo was offering a great deal on their 3DS for Black Friday this year, with the 3DS Super Mario Edition listed at only $99. The problem? Amazon began selling them at that price 2 days before Black Friday and were largely sold out well before the 25th. More allotments of the product became available through the day, though they sold out almost instantly, and as always, we were treated to lovely comments such as, "Awesome product. So cheap. Bought 2 for my kids and 5 for resale. So happy right now." Go fuck yourself. That's why we can't have nice things.
God damn it. I hate people.
I do too. Like, what the hell's the matter with you?
See, Anonymous should be targeting those people.
You know what? I don't generally like to support hacker groups, but yeah, fuck them.
It really is. That's pretty scummy. And I mean, it is a good deal, man. I would have taken
$99 for a 3DS.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Screw the rules. I have money.
Was that a new 3DS? Like a So
it was a 3DS Super Mario Edition. They were calling it.
No, I mean,
okay, but
was it a 3DS XL or was it a new 3DS?
Oh, I believe it was the XL.
Really?
I'm not certain. I'm not certain.
Never mind. 99 bucks is a okay deal, but it's not a great deal.
It's whichever one's usually listed at $199.99.
Then that's the new
3DS. Your names of your fucking systems
seriously,
are
they're
shitty.
the worst.
Okay,
Don't worry. Come March, it's just all the Switch.
It was
it's a new
exactly
3DS.
Okay, it was a new 3DS.
New Nintendo.
Jesus.
Until we get the Switch XL and then the new Switch, and then the Switch 2.0.
That's why they're not afraid to sell it at $99, because they know that the technology's on the way out.
Said no, it wasn't. It was a normal 3DS.
It says there's a stupid video that has the thing on there. It says new right there.
It says new Nintendo 3DS on the packaging.
People, look at the picture. Melky Thera.
We've got the chat up in arms over it.
What?
Your indoor voice, please.
No. Outside voice.
You get Christian mad about the Nintendo stuff and
shut up, you little weasel.
Stop threatening his bubble.
Yeah, seriously, don't get anywhere. No sharp objects anywhere near the bubble.
If I get it closer to the bubble, will he continue throwing UHF drops at me? Those are great.
No.
Oh.
Nintendo, give me free stuff.
So Microsoft's Play Anywhere campaign is focused on bridging the gap between console and PC, and it appears Resident Evil 7 will be the next game to get that treatment. Players will be able to transfer save files between the two, and purchasing the game on one platform will get you a copy on the other.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
That's if you're committing to bridging that gap, then that's what you do. Make them compatible save file wise, and you buy one, you get the other.
I don't know. I just feel like Microsoft is just really doing anything that they can to try to be like, please buy of Xbox, please.
Yeah, but then you have an Xbox.
Right, it's like the complete opposite for me. Any reason that I would have had to get an Xbox One goes out the fucking window because I have a bomb-ass computer.
Well, and you've got a PS4.
True.
But, yeah, the computer is really...
Yeah,
the thing.
Making them so like cross-compatible, like you're like, why wouldn't I just use a computer every time?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, and especially the Steam as a platform is just so solid.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. So, Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford teased on Twitter this week an announcement coming on December 1st. A joke was made about a Duke Nukem Gears of War crossover, and Pitchford replied, on December 1st, we are announcing something you might really enjoy. The odds of an actual crossover are slim indeed, but a new Duke Nukem game that isn't carrying the baggage of the longest development cycle in gaming history is not out of the realm of possibility.
Would anyone give a shit? Would anyone?
It's just me, though. It would only be me because I grew up on those games.
Yeah, but Duke Nukem, even as an IP, is just, I don't know, isn't it kind of played out? Like, isn't it just, the whole thing is just worn ragged?
Yeah,
I think I'd like to see how that, because obviously, all right, sure, they're both like, giant gun shoot 'em up type games, but, Gears of War is pretty like gritty. And I guess I'd like to see how the two IPs would look or interact in a crossover.
I highly doubt
the most cringeworthy bro fisty way.
There's no way that crossover is actually going to happen.
And I'm not talking about like, hey, let's bump fists, bro fist. I'm talking like, let me fist your anus, bro fist.
Gayest dude ever.
Yeah.
There's no way that crossover is actually going to happen. This is going to be an announcement for a new Duke Nukem game.
People said the same thing about the 21 Jump Street Men in Black crossover, and that's happening.
What?
What?
Yeah. That's a thing.
That's going to be pretty cool, huh?
I guess I'm just going to go kill myself. Sorry. See you guys.
It might be.
Ugh. Thanks for bringing the mood down.
Stupid idiot.
Big downer.
Anyway, for more information on the news and other stories, visit our blog at finalencountercast.com.
All right, Callie, thank you very much. Joining us now is special guest Austin Creed. Austin launched a YouTube gaming channel where he interviews and plays games with his coworkers, which sort of sounds like your basic premise for a YouTube channel until you learn that Austin's work name is Xavier Woods and his coworkers are some of WWE's superstar talent. Austin is currently 1/3 of the reigning WWE Raw Tag Team Champions The New Day and host of UpUpDownDown YouTube channel. Austin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, no problem. So yes, Austin Creed, a.k.a. Xavier Woods. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, dude, it's so nice to have you on. So tell us, how did UpUpDownDown get started?
So what essentially started the channel is the fact that we have the WWE Network, and it's like a subscription service where you have all of our different shows that are on there, all of our different pay-per-views from back in the day. And then we have original content such as Renee Young has a show called Unfiltered where she interviews people. Corey Graves has a show where he talks about the guys' tattoos or guys and girls' tattoos that are on the roster, things like that. And so essentially they're taking things that people loved and letting them make shows about them. So while we travel from town to town, which is legit 52 weeks a year, minimum 5 nights a week, we're bouncing to different towns every single day, a lot of times overseas as well. I always try to find the arcade bars, and I'll go to those and play a ton of games and meet a bunch of cool people, and I usually make pretty good friends with the owners. And so what I wanted to do is kind of replicate the show that they have on the Travel Channel, where, you know, they have like Anthony Bourdain, and he's going around to different places and eating all these different foods. So you know, oh, when you go to Colombia, go eat here. When you go to Brazil, go eat there. I wanted to say, when you go to Kansas City, go to this arcade bar. When you go to Atlanta, go to this one. When you're in Portland, go to this one. So I kind of pitched that idea, and they weren't too keen on it because I don't think they really had a foothold in how big the gaming world was and like how much of a crossover there was between that and wrestling. And so I ended up meeting with another guy who just wanted to make a YouTube channel for the company, and he worked on the office side of things. And so we merged our ideas together and just created a YouTube gaming channel. And so after maybe like a year of talks with the higher ups of the company, we got the green light started up, and we filmed the first very awkward episodes in his basement. And then it just kind of popped off from there. But it's been cool learning the whole process of being a YouTuber and making tons of friends in the community, and like understanding how difficult it is to actually keep a YouTube channel going. It's a lot of people just say, oh, I want to be on YouTube and I want to do this and do that, and it's like, no, like, you don't understand, it's a full-time job. Like, it's very serious.
Right.
So don't jump into it unless you're actually ready to put the work and effort in.
Well, on that note, I mean, the WWE has a notoriously insane work schedule, as you alluded to, and we're no strangers to the craziness that comes with running a show. Where do you find both the motivation and the time to make as much content as you do?
Well, the main thing for me is that I wanted to be taken seriously in the YouTube world, and because I know how much work it takes, so I didn't want it just to be kind of, you know, do this halfway. And so for me, I've always been a very driven person and trying to get the things that I want. And so in making friends, like I said, in the community and getting their feedback and their help, trying to use all the resources that I have, I just focus, obviously, enough of my time on wrestling, because that's my dream, has been my goal since I was a child to get there, and it's my job. But to make sure the YouTube channel is successful and that it's constantly growing, I just make sure that I use what I have to my advantage. And I feel like a big advantage that I have that some people don't is the fact that I do travel everywhere. So I am able to do collaborations with other people that are, you know, overseas in the UK. We did a bunch of stuff in London with some people, or, you know, even in South America, we went down there, and to be able to connect with YouTubers all across the world. And as far as like finding time for it, there's this stuff that I forgot existed. I think it's called sleep. So there's not a lot of that going on.
Well, you know, speaking of, you know, you don't just interview wrestlers. You just spoke of, you know, you had YouTuber Emma Blackery on. Yeah. Also, actor comedian Wayne Brady, Eric Bledsoe of the Phoenix Suns. Like, how crazy is it that it's a YouTube channel that is the thing that's providing this opportunity?
It's crazy because I'm getting to meet a lot of people that I really look up to. And then just like a lot of people that inspire me. And so especially being able to go to like conventions, so like VidCon. I would have never gone to VidCon if I wasn't running this channel, but because I went to VidCon, I got to meet a ton of people. Like you said, Emma Blackery, I got to meet the Lucas brothers, just tons of people that like are meaningful to me from my standpoint, you know. So it's been really cool being able to do that. And the fact that this channel, it's kind of like my brain baby, and it's doing well and people enjoy it is like a really cool feeling.
Well, and like the channel has been really well received, and it's had great growth. What have you learned about YouTube and making content for it? Like, what would be your biggest takeaway so far?
Honestly, when you have the time and the chance start put in as much time as you can because you don't know what's going to happen next week. So, for instance, we're running a WWE 2K17 series, and so when I was at home a few weeks ago, and I had 2 days to film, so I just filmed 20 episodes of it because, like I said, with the schedules, you don't know what's going to happen or what people, for one, are going to pop off on and what they're going to actually click and what they're going to like. So for me, I just like to make too much content. So then if something does happen and people enjoy it, you've got content already set and you can start working on new stuff. And if they don't necessarily like it, okay, well, content is there if it comes up at a later date where people enjoy it. But probably that, having too much content, and for me, with traveling, having a portable studio. I know that a lot of people have the luxury of being able to set up and keep their studio in their house or wherever else they might be. But for me, having a gaming laptop that can play everything, and then having capture devices that are all portable is super easy for me because I'm everywhere. We're filming backstage in arenas, I'm filming in my hotel rooms, I'm filming at people's houses, all over the place. So I'd say that'd be the best takeaway for me, just learning how to be portable with my studio.
Right. And, as a part of Up, Down, Down, what you guys do is, play games and ask questions sort of at the same time, which is, I think, a really cool concept. But if you could build your ideal interview, pick the person, pick the game that they're playing, who would it be?
Ooh, I don't know. That's okay. I'd have to have two people.
Okay.
Because I can't pick one. Both are my idols from childhood. So Jackie Chan and Lenny Kravitz.
Okay. All right.
And I don't know what I have them playing. Probably like a really good beat 'em up. Probably the Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo.
Ooh, good choice.
That'd be
good
awesome.
Choice.
I'd want to see that.
Good choice.
Having them play. Because on one hand, it's fun watching people play games like you said, but it's really hard to talk and create or recount these stories that have happened in your life while you're actually playing the game. So that's why I like playing beat 'em ups for interviews, because you're just walking through button mashing. So on one hand, you could see Jackie Chan and Lenny Kravitz playing Turtles in Time, but on the other hand, you could get this sweet interview from both of them. That's with the interviews. Oh, so go ahead.
No, I was going to say, can I tell you what mine would be? If I could construct the ultimate interview for Up, Down, Down, I would love to see you interview The Undertaker while you guys play the old PlayStation WWF in your house. That would be...
Ooh.
Dude, right? Wouldn't that be awesome?
That'd be good. That's the one where Yokozuna threw ham hocks and stuff,
yes,
right?
Yes,
sure is.
Yeah.
That was my all-time favorite wrestling game. I think I had more hours logged into that game than any other game.
It's really good. I had it on Sega Saturn, and I loved it on Saturn because you could put the disc into your CD player and listen to all the theme music.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So, because you guys record from the locker room, the show will a lot of times get bombed by WWE superstars. I remember there was one where Mark Henry kind of showed up and bombed your show. So, how do the older members of the locker room react to this show?
So it's at first, not that it was not well received, but it was just kind of weird at first because it was something that hadn't been done before, and wrestling is a certain way. So, for instance, with the old school mentality is very much, how do I say this? It's very much keep everything close to the chest, I would say. While the newer generation, everything's much more open, and people realize that we are actors playing roles on a television show. And so at first it was just kind of weird because we're still kind of in that traditional phase of, coming into the new millennium and changing the way that we think about what we do and how people perceive it and things like that, which I feel like this show has kind of helped that along a little bit and showing people, we are real human beings, and yes, we're playing characters on television, but everybody has their own story about themselves and their lives that are very interesting, that you don't necessarily get to hear about or see about because you're so focused on what we're doing 52 weeks a year, where there's lots of people that think that we are our characters because you don't see us in any other roles, really. You know, you don't see, it's not like Jim Carrey plays a role like, okay, so back in the day, Batman Forever. For some reason, as a child, I thought like he was really the Riddler because I was very gullible as a kid. But, you know, you see him in so many different roles over the course of a year. As with us, you see us in the same character, in the same role, so that's how you perceive us. But with this and a bunch of other things that are, you know, I guess new to the world of wrestling, you're seeing us come out of that shadow, and you're seeing more of us as real people and human beings. And that, to me, is one of the coolest things about the show, because opposed from the fact that I think gaming channels kind of grow on just like the friendships and the humanity that people have while they're playing games, then getting angry, then being sad, then being upset, running through a whole gamut of emotions. You now have these certain personalities that you see a certain way acting just like you do when you play games. And so I think that's a really cool aspect of it that I think a lot of people like.
Absolutely. I love watching T-Pain's Twitch channel for that exact reason. Like, you know,
he's great.
Oh, because and the character that he constructs as his public persona is so awesome, but it's like he's so positive on the channel, and you know, like it's so great what he does, and I love that this is becoming a thing that's extending into, you know, people's everyday life, and I just think that that's awesome. So before we let you go, what have you been playing a lot of recently?
Oh, okay. I just got done with Mafia 3.
Nice.
And so good. It was definitely the most anticipated game for me coming off of the heels of E3. As soon as I saw like what it was about and the story of like the main character and everything that you do throughout it, I was really hyped for it. So I'm biased in that sense of thinking it's like one of the best games of the year. But I just got done with that. As we were talking before we started recording, I'm trying to get back into Final Fantasy 14. I played for like an hour 2 days ago, and I felt really good about myself because I hadn't played on my computer for a while, and I had to like reboot the game, and so I had to reconfigure all of my controls because I play on a PlayStation controller, and so that took me like 30 minutes, and so I burned that and was mad that I didn't get to play more. But trying to get back into that, I had started Watch Dogs 2, so that's really fun. We're in the midst of like a Madden tournament, so a little bit of Madden. I'm not really a sports games guy, but I did just get into NHL 17.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't realize that I even liked hockey, and it's super fun. So pretty much just those.
You gonna check out Pokemon Sun and Moon?
I actually literally just picked it up yesterday.
Nice.
I got Sun. I got Sun because I want that Vulpix. I want that Vulpix real bad. So I haven't played it. I literally just went through the intro and just picked my starter Pokemon, which I don't know the names of all of these new Pokemon. They're so confusing to me. I picked the fire one, the little cat thing.
Litten,
I think.
Litten, yeah. That was the only one that I could, I couldn't pick the other ones after, especially seeing their evolutions. Like, it just...
Yeah.
Dude, Litten's final form is a wrestling fire cat. What more do you want?
Exactly. It's got the belt and everything.
Yeah. And also, too, in the story of Pokemon, if you pick the fire Pokemon first, you're going to be set for like the first 3 gyms.
Exactly. And you're not wrong. Dude, thanks so much. Austin Creed, host of UpUpDownDown, the YouTube channel. You can find that over at youtube.com/UpUpDownDown. You can also catch him as Xavier Woods, 1/3 of the New Day and current WWE Raw Tag Team Champion, live on WWE Raw at 8 p.m. on the USA Networks. Austin, it was a pleasure having you on. Thanks so much for your time, man.
The pleasure was all mine. Thank you very much. And you guys can catch me on Twitter at Xavier Woods PhD. Same thing on Instagram. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, and shout out to Xavier Woods. Oh my God.
How awesome was that?
Woods.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Thank you so much to Austin Creed of UpUpDownDown. Make sure that you check out his YouTube channel if you haven't already. That's youtube.com/UpUpDownDown, as well as twitter.com/UpUpDownDown. That was so cool.
That is WWE Tag Team Champion and Limit Break Radio fan.
That's right.
Austin Creed.
That's right.
LBR has the best fans.
We do. We do. Seriously, that was so cool. We had to keep from marking out during that entire interview.
Oh my god! Just from the very first moment, you're like, do I call him Xavier or Austin?
Yeah, right. So cool, man, and so cool of him to give us some time here on the show today. Again, check it out, youtube.com/UpUpDownDown. So before we get out of here, I kind of wanted to talk about some of the games that we can expect between now and the end of the year.
Oh, are there a few?
The end of the year?
There's a few.
Or the end of next year?
The end of 2016.
The end
shut
of 20.
up. No, just shut up. Don't even dignify that with a response. Sometimes he's clever, and other times he's just downright fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, we've noticed today.
So we wanted to talk about, and of course we wanted to hear from you as well. Final Encounter Cast on Skype, 810-207-1764. If you want to chime in on any of these titles. Kind of wanted to take a look at what we've got releasing between now and the end of the year and what you guys are hyped for. Because, I mean, this is a busy season. We are seeing Final Fantasy 15 this week. We got Pokemon Sun and Moon a week ago. So, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of game playing to be committed to in this, and right before the holidays is always really huge too.
Well, this has been running since October. October was slammed with new releases that we were excited for.
Yeah, but a lot of them got moved.
Yeah,
a lot of them got moved. I think the only one what was the only one that stayed in October? I don't think any of them. Did any of them stay in October?
Persona got knocked back.
Did you guys know that the Fractured Butthole got moved to February?
Yeah, that's gonna be a while. Yeah, that's pretty disappointing.
Rough.
Dishonored dropped, and I feel like it just went right over my head because World of Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 15, Pokemon. I don't even know where to.
I completely forgot Dishonored 2 dropped. Oh my god!
Right? I didn't get a chance to pre-order it either, so I don't get the definitive collection for free on Steam, which bums me out.
And I don't know that Dishonored 2 wasn't even on my radar at all.
I've heard though, very, very good.
Really?
Yep.
The same thing happened to Titanfall 2. It just got swallowed up by everything else. I think it got.
Wasn't that great though? Was it?
No, Titanfall 2. I've heard very positive things about.
Yeah. The second one, yes, but the first one, that just kind of poofed, didn't it?
The first one was just shallow, I feel like. The concept was really strong, and it was fun for a bit, but there wasn't enough depth.
And I remember first seeing the trailers, I was excited for it, and then a year later, I'm like, whatever happened to that game?
Right. Well, what kind of progress are you guys making on Sun and Moon?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Trisha.
I have just beaten the game. Beat the Elite Four. Spoiler alert. There's Elite Four.
No, there's no Elite Four in the game. There's no Elite Four.
Spoiler alert. And 2 days ago, and now I'm running through collecting all the Gen 7 Pokemon and getting my Dex up to living Dex standards.
Nice. Okay. How close are you? How many you got?
I have every species of Gen 7. I have to breed a couple and evolve a couple.
Okay.
But I also so this is a FEC exclusive from Chris.
Whoa.
Who's Chris?
Wait, who?
I don't know who that is. Who?
Krisha.
There we go.
Okay, I know who that is. That's you.
All right, so
did that crush your spirit? Sorry.
Great one,
you
Robbie.
Was gonna actually do it.
I'm sorry. I had to go for that one.
GTS pro tip: find yourself a Cursola, that stupid pink coral Pokemon. Apparently, the Japanese go crazy for it because I have gotten literally one of every single legendary in Gen 7.
Really?
He's actually gotten more because he's gotten me a few legendaries.
Yeah, I got Robbie a Type Null, a Sylvani. I think his cover, the Sun cover legendary.
What made you start breeding this thing?
I heard a tip on something awful that's
really?
Solus goes well. I got a Topu Koko for it. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. I try it, and it just fucking trades.
Wow.
And the crazy thing is, like, yes, it's a 1% phishing rates, unless it's like a rippling one, that's a 20%. But the real point of the Cursola is that it SOS calls a Marini at 1%, which is the only way to get the Marini. But the Marinis don't trade well at all. Like, I tried trading for like a legendary with a Marini, and for an hour it didn't trade.
Really?
Put up a Cursola for the same thing. 5 minutes, got it.
Interesting.
That's so weird. But the only thing that's good about it is that it helps you get the Marini.
Yeah, so it's not even good like in battle or anything.
That's bizarre.
I wonder, is Corsola like a top tier Pokemon?
It's garbage.
What the fuck?
I think I've like I think I like stumbled upon like some kind of Japanese like underground like trading black market Pokemon thing, and like Cursola is like currency, and I'm just like stealing like millions of dollars worth of Pokemon, and I'm probably gonna get killed later.
You know that Pokemon don't have an intrinsic value, right?
I'm not sure I follow. I don't follow.
They're not worth anything. To say you've stolen millions of dollars in Pokemon is
millions of poke dollars.
Can you sell a Pokemon in the game? Is that a new feature that I'm
okay?
not aware of?
Okay, Team Rocket. Okay,
Pokemon are your friends.
Oh,
and partners.
All right,
and
James. Where's Jesse?
What?
Never mind.
Krisha, that's right.
Oh
God.
Oh my God.
Sorry, the lights are flickering in here and it's spooking me out.
Yeah, if the show goes off, it's because we've lost power. Yeah, they are.
Oh my God, they're flickering a lot. It is scaring me.
If the show goes off, you won't be able to hear us.
Sorry, we apologize in advance. At least we got the interview
out of the way. Thank goodness.
Oh yeah. And my Poke story.
Yeah. Well,
that was the important thing.
Robbie, how about you?
I'm on the last island, so I don't necessarily know how far that is till the end or whatnot. My Pokedex, though, is at like 136. It's about halfway. I've been making a conscious effort as I go through. Let's say, I run across an Abra. I'll catch all three, knowing that I need Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam for my living Pokedex. So I'm doing pretty good, though, otherwise. My Snorlax, a.k.a. Juxtagrand, and my Decidui, however the fuck that thing's pronounced, a.k.a. Oliver Queen, pretty much wreck everything. So the other four Pokemon in my party are just constantly being leveled.
Your Snorlax is named Juxtagrande?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And it's a girl.
That's
top
funny.
tier. 10
That's
out of 10.
funny. I like it.
And just like in real life, Juxtagrand is just giving you money all the time.
Yeah, he has an amulet coin on him, and he uses Happy Hour, which increases your payout. So it's great. I had when I walked into the Poke Center to buy TMs, I had $500,000 in Poke Dollars. So I'm like, fuck it, all the TMs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Garcon, I'll take one of everything.
Well, good for you. Congrats.
TY.
Yeah.
I still have not started. I'd love to.
Don't worry, I haven't started either.
I have like 64 hours logged so far.
Wow. I have 60.
Nice.
I just went through it breakneck speed and did
Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Doing the post game and getting all the legendaries. I think I logged less than 20 hours in. Yeah,
that's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And like I said, and I bought that one digitally, so it's like downloaded to the card. Yeah. So what?
Now you can't like take the cart somewhere else.
But my Omega Ruby is a cart.
Krisha, let me ask you something.
I'll always have that. I'll always, if it doesn't matter what cart I have in.
You have Ruby and Sapphire?
Yeah.
Oh, why would you spend so much money on Gen 3?
Because I wanted the legendaries. And I needed the extra GTS.
The extra GTS.
The extra GTS was really helpful.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Have
lie.
you noticed any kind of lag when you were playing, Krisha? Because whenever I go into a battle, especially a doubles battle, the mons are being thrown out. Like there's some lag going on.
Yeah. I like to pretend that in my Nintendo bubble they're just like pausing for dramatic effect and it's like slow motion throwing. But it's so It's so painful.
Only Nintendo would ever get to use that. Which is it's not lag. It's just dramatic pausing. I'm gonna say that next time someone in 14 like gets hit by a move and blames lag, I'm like, no, you're just dramatically pausing.
Well, man, it's really bad. Like in doubles battles, like your guy just like pauses and then throws it. It's like, oh, come on.
Or sometimes after you've chosen your moves, it'll take like a good 1, 2, 3. All right, now we're gonna execute our moves.
Well, Nintendo's netcode has always been notoriously awful.
Well, netcode, it's the normal game.
Yeah,
You're
no,
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They've pushed the 3DS hardware to the point where it just cannot handle anything. Oh my god.
It's even
crazy.
worse with your status effect.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Switch, you cannot come soon enough.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. I thought you were talking about online play.
Yeah, seriously.
Ooh.
All right, let's.
I brought it up because I'm like, I was sitting there last night and I'm like, I mean, maybe I'm low on battery, but is this thing lagging?
Nope.
All right, let's talk about some
more Pokemon.
No, let's talk about some games slated for 2017. Talk about your hype levels for them. I think the biggest two in the room, Pokemon and Final Fantasy. Yeah. I mean, just I know you guys at home know us pretty well. You know that those are going to be the two. But I'm asking about, like what else in here is jumping out at you that you would even consider.
What are we excited for that isn't the main two?
Right.
Okay.
You know, looking at it,
we're going to go Steins Gate. Is anyone? No. Okay.
No.
Didn't think so.
And if you say yes, I will punch you. Skuro, why is this on the fucking list? It's a Japanese visual novel.
Well, we did, to be fair, we said get every game coming out for the end of the year.
Well, he's terrible.
wrong.
Of course, Final Fantasy 15 and Watch Dogs 2.
I'm excited for Watch Dogs 2. I like the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you?
It's fine.
So many people complained about it.
Oh, there's plenty to complain about, but it wasn't like one of those things where you couldn't enjoy the game because of the problems with it. I had fun with it.
All right.
I'd give Watch Dogs 1 and 2 a try if it went on Steam, like pretty cheap.
Yeah. Okay. How about
it's just not something that I can even.
Don't you want to be a hacker, Nate?
Not really. No.
Oh.
Your code name could be Xerox. Wasn't that your hacker name back in the day?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Right. Wait, hold on. Is there a story behind this? Because I thought that was just a bad Robbie joke.
Yeah,
that's a bad Robbie joke.
No, that's not a bad Robbie joke.
No, it's not. That's a bad Robbie joke.
Hey, Robbie, do you wanna elaborate a story?
I don't remember the specifics.
Yeah, you don't, because you're making this shit up. It's coming completely out your ass.
When we were in college, I remember Nate telling us a story when back in his straight edgy, I'm cool, hip whatever days, he was on, I guess, a little bit of the hacker scene. I don't think he was any good at it, but his hacker name was Xerox.
Xerox.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like the copier machine?
The reason I know this is because I name all of my Dittos after him.
What was the thinking behind Xerox?
Huh.
Fess up to it. Come on.
Come on, don't be shitty.
I was making fucking aimbots with fucking what was it? A Visual Basic. I wouldn't call that. I would not call that hacking.
All right, the chat poses a great question. Was it Xerox with an zero in place of the O?
No.
Okay.
Are you sure?
No, the two X's were capitalized though. Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Because you were a teenager. No, this is college. I'm sorry.
No, this was definitely 12, 13. This is middle school going into high school.
Okay.
Yeah. Back when aim fucking punters and mail bombing and all of that shit, it was It was still like a regular practice and that shit. Oh, you plugged up my 56K modem. You sent so many IMs that my 56K modem couldn't handle. Oh, you scamp. It was that kind of dumb bullshit.
The innocent days of hacking.
Nate, you almost had me second guessing myself for a second. I'm so close. I'm like, wait a minute, was it like in my head? I'm like, come on, this is right. You almost had me, man.
I was playing it off really well.
Another victory for America.
If you could have seen the camera, though, you would have seen me breaking. Everyone on stream would have immediately called it out if I had kept denying it.
I was gonna say, yeah, Chris kind of did, because Chris is like, wait a minute, Nate. That happened. You're not wrong. I've never.
Hey, asshole! You guys suck!
I've never called myself a hacker, just to be very, very clear.
I don't believe that for a second.
No.
You were 13 or 14, and you're like, guys, I'm a hacker.
I was not. No, it was.
Holy shit, you geeks are badass.
I think because we call it, they were like AOL progs.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, you were a hacksaw.
He was a hacktivist.
Ugh. No. Yeah.
Nate was the leadest of hacksaw.
God.
So who's excited for Cities Skylines expansion? Just me? Okay.
Xerox?
Darksiders War Mastered Edition? Darksiders is getting a re-release? Really?
That's weird.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't know that. I mean, I heard good things about Darksiders, that it was like a Zelda, sort of like a Zelda.
Yeah, it was a little too hack and slashy for me. I actually got bored of it before I finished it, but I think I have the second one on Steam that I'd like to give a try.
I was told playing Darksiders is a lot like playing Dynasty Warriors. It's fun for like 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So, The Walking Dead Season 3, I'm assuming that it's the Telltale.
The Telltale game?
Yeah,
Telltale.
I played like half of the first one, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I stopped, but I might actually look at going back and like playing through all of those in like a big marathon and streaming it.
I played through the first one, and I just finished getting caught up like on the actual show. I think I want to play the second and third one. The first one was really good. Like Telltale almost always does a pretty good job with those, except for maybe Jurassic Park. That one was so good.
Excuse me, did you try their Game of Thrones?
I did not do the Game of Thrones one. I've done Batman, Back to the Future, and Walking Dead.
They have a Back to the Future one?
Hell yeah, they do. And it's great.
Need to look into that.
Yeah, it's great.
Who's excited for Corn?
Yay, Corn!
Are they coming to play Detroit?
Corn.
Maze on the PC.
Oh.
But it's not like you're in a maze. Maze is in corn.
What if it's like a pun? It's like a maze of maize. Like a corn,
I went
like
to
a
the
corn maze.
website and it just showed like a Children of the Corn type thing going on. So it's probably a scary game.
Were they in a maze?
Oh, damn it.
Nico wouldn't play it.
I was hoping that it was just going to be a maze.
Children of the Maze?
God.
It's literally a game about a maze of corn, but you can walk right through the corn if you want to.
Right, yeah.
But that's cheating.
Those are always such great scenes when they go into the corn maze and they're like, what do? I can only go forward and back. No, you can probably get through there.
It's a maze of maze.
It depends, guys. Have you ever tried to run through a corn maze when it's like in season and like they're still ripe and green? Because those leaves will cut the shit out of you.
Oh, I admittedly I've never tried that.
All over the fucking place.
How's the cow tipping there, Robbie?
I've never been cow tipping. Cows are heavy.
Yeah,
You're lying.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it from that story you just told. Let's go to our phone lines. First time caller and first time viewer. Talk to Alexander. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Thanks for calling Final Encountercast. What's going on?
Not so much. I know you were talking about the upcoming games for 2017, and I gotta say, for me, man, it's all about Stormblood, man. I'm really excited. Hell, I'm just excited about patch 3.5, but for Stormblood, man, I am so hype about that.
Did you listen to our other show out of curiosity?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you listen to our other show out of curiosity?
Limit Break Radio. Are you familiar with that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. We're just making sure.
I've been, I've been watching your shows for like the past couple of weeks, man, and I love it, man. You guys get so much hatred and salt, but I love it. It's like I can't get enough of it.
You guys get those death threats, and I can't get enough of it. It's great, man.
I know. It's amazing.
I know. One of you guys said that. I know. I can't word it exactly how one of you guys said it, but you guys said that if you're getting under people's skin, it's because you're doing your job.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's like what it comes down to. It. I mean, a lot of people get pissy about some of the things that you say, but guess what? It works.
Yeah.
Like your product is being delivered. So yeah.
Cool. Well, we related this back to when we were talking to Austin Creed before the actual interview, where we said there are some similarities between wrestling and what we do.
Yeah.
If we get a reaction, angry or happy, that's the goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, Robbie. Looks like you're laying it out there, bud. Anyway, thanks, Alex, for the call. We appreciate it. Whether you're a listener of Limit Break Radio or a listener of Final Encountercast, we appreciate hearing from you. And the fact that he likes the challenging nature of the show.
Yeah.
I'm into it, dude. Make sure that you give us a call over on Limit Break Radio. Thanks for the call, man.
Yeah, we were talking about games coming out before 2017, but that said, yes, we are all excited for Stormblood.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Well, I'm not.
No,
I was lying. I don't have a follow-up.
Super Mario Maker is one that's due out on December 2nd on the 3DS.
This is going to be
already out for the Wii. It's just a port, right?
It's worse than that. This is a wet fart. And I'm going to tell you why.
Is it worse than a port?
No, I'll tell you why. Because the Wii U, you can go around and find people's levels all over the world and shit, right? For the 3DS version, they're making it so you can't specifically find a person's level. You can either do random, or you can find someone who's in your immediate vicinity, their level.
That sucks. You can't even put in the code to get to someone specific? Oh, that's awful.
So wait a minute. Does it have any connectivity function with the
Wii U?
Yeah.
I can't say for certain. Maybe with your Wii U, you might be able to upload levels that way. Maybe. I don't know for certain.
So it's not even supposed to be a companion piece to the other game.
No.
Wow,
that is trash tier right there.
Ooh, wow.
They're just like, let's see if we can get people to buy this again.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And that's not to say that the ability to find other people's levels is at an acceptable point in the Wii U version. It's garbage there too.
Yeah, they could do better, that's for sure.
We've also got another game coming up on December 2nd called Steep.
Is that snowboarding thingy one?
Sure is.
VR
yeah.
Okay.
Yep, sure is. That's coming out for PS4, Xbox, and PC.
When am I getting my sequel to Snowboard Kids?
I remember that was like an open world snowboarding thing.
Yeah,
it was kind of open worldy. Yeah, when it was debuted at E3, Nate, you actually had one of the ones that you were interested in trying out.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was gifted that game, I might end up playing the shit out of it.
Really?
Yeah. It's not something that I would go out of my way and spend money on. But if I got it, I'd log some time into it.
Wink, nudge. Just so you know.
I really liked
having people buy me games.
I really liked Cool Borders and SSX back when those were really hot games.
Was Cool Borders N64?
No, that was PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1.
Were they hot games or were they cool games?
My God, I hate you.
That was payback for Crush Up.
The worst. Hate you. Werewolves Within?
Chill out.
What is Werewolves Within?
I don't know. Let's do a really
VR
quick
game.
Google here.
Here we go.
Within.
On that note, same date, Last Guardian.
Ugh, Ubisoft.
I heard this game has hype for it.
Which Werewolves Within?
No, Guardian.
Last Guardian.
Oh, Last Guardian.
Oh my God! Fuck this. All right. Oh my God! This is fucking bullshit.
What?
First of all, Werewolves Within.
Okay, can we pick what fucking game we're talking about, please?
Werewolves Within.
Okay.
Ooh, there's a Star Wars Battlefront game coming out.
God damn it.
Stuff. Okay, Werewolves Within sounds like a cool game, and it's VR. You know what it is? After several attacks on townsfolk, the medieval village of Gallowstown has had enough. With a special guild book in hand, players congregate to vote and eliminate any and all possible werewolves in the village.
Oh my god, it's werewolf. Literally werewolf.
Literally, yes.
Oh, that's such trash. Oh my god.
VR, you are not doing yourself any favors.
Fucking Ubisoft.
What the fuck?
Damn it, Ubisoft.
Ugh.
Last Guardian, pick that up. There's actually unless delay, there's a very good chance I'll pick that up.
No, I mean, we're starting to see, the longer form trailers for it. It's definitely coming out. It's locked into December 6th.
Okay. What is The Last Guardian again?
The Last Guardian is
spiritual successor to Ico, right?
Yes, it's
big giant beastie thing.
Yeah,
it's a platformer.
It's a platformer. The other two games that they've made, Eco and
Shadow of the Colossus
were both very platformy
and very well liked.
And a lot of people loved them. They've been working on Last Guardian for a long time too.
Yeah. Okay. Longer than FF15?
No, I don't think that long.
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Longer than 15? Maybe. Longer than what 15 started as? No.
Okay.
Like 15 being named as 15?
Yeah.
Because that only happened
That's only been like 3 years, right?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yeah. We've got the Star Wars Battlefront Rogue One expansion.
Wait, the Rogue One expansion's due out before the movie?
When's the movie come out?
The 16th, right? The 19th? One of those 2 dates?
Well, basically the same time, like a week later.
Still, last time they actually delayed a map from being added into Star Wars until the Part 7 had come out.
Well, yeah, this is clearly supposed to get you hype up for Rogue One. Because people aren't going to go see Rogue One because it's not a real Star Wars movie.
Man, I'm going to go see Rogue One. It looks great.
Yeah, December 16th.
December 16th? Yeah. I can't wait for that movie. It looks awesome.
That one actually looks good. I wouldn't mind watching that one.
I want to watch it.
All right, we'll go see it.
We'll see it together.
We can all go see it as an outing.
Can we hold hands?
Fuck you, Callie.
And we could play VR at our house in Flint.
No girls allowed.
Oh, rude.
Then how are you coming, Mr. Robbie? Miss Robbie.
It hurts your case when you call him Mr. Robbie.
Yeah.
He can be whatever he wants to be.
Oh, God.
We've got another game called Space Hulk Deathwing, which sounds... Can I just say that this sounds like the greatest death metal band ever created?
My teenage cousin named that game.
I actually wasn't sure what this was. I'm like, is it Marvel? Is it Blizzard? What the fuck is this? It's actually Warhammer 40K.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? I'm looking at the website right now. There it is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Warhammer 40K. It took you saying it and then me having to look at all of the logos along the bottom of this fucking website for me to realize that it was Warhammer 40K.
And now you can be...
It looks cool. I don't know if it's going to be
Does
cool.
it?
How does these Warhammer games usually end up?
I don't know.
Not great.
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever played one.
Is Hulk able to breathe in space?
It depends on what continuity you're looking at. The ultimate continuity, the Hulk basically he adapts to whatever he's in. So if you throw him in space, yeah, he will be able to breathe in space.
Okay.
Great.
How do I not have like a stupid nerd drop?
You probably do. Find it.
I'm looking for it.
If you type in nerd, I'm pretty sure something will come up.
Krista, tell us about Super Mario Run.
Yeah. How excited are you for Super Mario Run?
Hey, so guys, remember how Temple Run was really sweet and awesome?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Oh. So it's
the end.
It's a reskin.
The end.
Oh.
The end. It is mobile. Yep. Thanks for including that, Skuro. You're so awesome.
December 15th for that is I just don't think do people really think that they're gonna this blows my mind. This blows my mind because I sort of feel like there's a struggle going on in Nintendo right now because they announced the Switch. Their stock price plummets after they announce the Switch because I feel like there's a contingent of stockholders in Nintendo that just want them to shovel out shit like Super Mario Run. And then they have to do that to shut that end of the investors up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's a boardroom of like 12 people in these really like stock rigid suits with haircuts, and they're just like, yeah, but what about another Super Mario game?
Make more things for phones. Look at Pokemon Go. Not really even realizing that the bottom fell out of that game 6 months after they put it out.
Ghost of Iwata's in the corner just crying.
I mean, it really...
Is he, though? Because it made a lot of money.
It did make a lot of money, but they've got to now keep supporting this thing for years.
Well, not Nintendo, Niantic.
Well, not Nintendo. Yeah.
Niantic's
they're like, meanwhile,
but
they're like their pool of Scrooge McDuck money, and they're like, do we?
But Nintendo didn't even make a whole lot of money off that deal. I mean, I'm just saying, like, Pokemon Go comes out. People, without even realizing that Nintendo's not even really making money off that, buy shitloads of Nintendo stock.
Yeah.
And then they announce the Switch, and then people unload the stock. Like,
yeah, it was
if you were only paying attention to the stock price, you would think, like, why isn't Nintendo dropping all hardware altogether and just going mobile?
Yeah, there had to be someone had to deliver that bad news the day after Pokemon Go launched, where like all the higher ups at Nintendo they're all excited, and then the guy's like, "No, man, this is gonna drop out quickly.
This is like your diamond in the rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a flash in the pan."
Yes,
flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan.
Flash in the pan.
Yeah. Let's see. We've also got the Division DLC 2 Survive.
Wait, that's still a thing?
Yeah.
Whatever. Pass.
You want to know how well the Division's doing, guys? I'm pretty sure Skuro just picked that up off of Amazon.
So not great.
Not great. Not great.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I just looked up this Wild 8 thing, PC and Xbox.
Look at all these math games coming out, man. Division, Wild 8.
God, I hate you.
Stop talking, please.
The Wild 8 is an open-world survival simulation video game with procedurally generated world developed by some Russian company. It reminds me, do you guys remember the top-down sort of survival strategy game Commandos?
I remember Commandos.
Commandos? It kind of looks like Commandos. It's a multiplayer, so like, if we all played it, we'd all have our own little dude, and we have to basically survive out in the wild and not die. It says stuff about like there being like abandoned like labs and military things you can go into and like search for stuff. It's kind of cool. There's a demo. I might give that a try later. Game Jolt gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
I'm just surprised at how many of these games I've never heard of.
Right?
Like, I keep a pretty close eye on what's going on in gaming, and still so many of these games I've just
so many of them sound so fucking generic. Farpoint, Dreadnought. How is Dreadnought not already a title for another game? That's Hellblade.
If you asked me what if you said what year did Farpoint come out in, I would tell you 1993.
Hellblade.
I like this.
Really?
Super Hot VT. I want to know more about this game.
Oh God, Super Hot VT, and it's on the Oculus Rift.
It sounds really hot.
Could be spicy.
Sounds like
that's the one where time moves only when you do, and it's a shooter.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not what I would have guessed.
Is there boobs?
We definitely need to get Super Hot VT for Juxta 100%.
Why would you ask if there were boobs? I told you it's a shooter.
Maybe you can shoot the boobs and they ripple.
What?
Okay. All right.
Why don't you just watch porn?
Seriously. Anyway.
I have to be able to manipulate the boobs on my own accord. Otherwise, I can't get off. If other people are doing it for me, it just doesn't do it for me.
Hey, there's porn on VR. No, never mind. No, that is off limits in this house.
There's also Rock of Ages 2, Hollow Knight Beneath and Beyond.
What?
It's set to come out for PC and Wii U.
That's a weird cross. Okay.
Okay. We've also got Gwent, which is the Witcher card game.
Yeah, everyone's excited for that one.
Let It Die? That's not one.
That's not nice to Gwent.
Oh, no, that's the next expansion for Final Fantasy XI. Just let it die. Let it die.
That's the new
I like
edgy
that one.
version of Frozen.
Oh my god!
Let it die.
Upcoming free-to-play hack and slash game.
There's Mirag. I think that's
Mirag.
Mirag.
I feel like that's supposed to be Mirage, but maybe not.
I'm gonna go with Mirag. Mirag sounds kind of legit. Yeah, Mirag Arcane Warfare.
Multiplayer FPS though is what that is.
Okay, I'm into it.
Mirag. Can't wait to get that new copy of Mirag. And then also Elder Scrolls Legends.
Oh, good.
Out for PC, iOS, and Android.
Do you know what this is?
No, I don't actually.
I don't either. Why haven't I not? And like Bethesda usually does a pretty good job of talking up their games.
Yeah, I don't.
Are we sure
that maybe they may have contracted that one out?
Are we sure these games are coming out before 2017?
Well, we did. We had
a lot of these are TBA.
We had Skuro make this list, so
yeah. So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
So Neurovoider, I just looked up. It is
What a name.
Elder Scrolls Legends is the collectible card game.
How great! More card games.
So listen to Neurovoider. Right? First of all, it's 8-bit. Futuristic twin-stick shooter RPG with tons of loot, procedural content, and some permadeath. How do you have some permadeath? It's either permadeath or it's not. If you don't die permanently, it's not permadeath.
Maybe you die and you lose your character, but you're increasing your player stats so you can get farther each time.
There are quick time events, and you can fail the quick time events, but if your character dies outside of the quick time events, then your character's dead. I just combined two of the worst functions in video games right together. Enjoy.
Maybe it's like Diablo where there's hardcore and not hardcore mode. I don't know.
You just lost me after 8-bit. There's no good 8-bit games.
Ever or recently?
Ever.
Oh.
Well, recently, I guess.
All right, and I think that's all of the releases that we're expecting moving forward into 2017.
So, let me ask you this, each of you.
What? Yeah.
You can buy, or no, you can play. You can play one game this holiday season. What game is it?
Not counting 15 or Pokemon, right?
Pokemon's out, so not counting that, but 15 isn't out yet, so yes, counting that.
Well, everyone's going to say 15. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Are they?
You stupid idiot.
Fine. No 15.
I'll say The Last Guardian.
I think I'm going to go with Farpoint. Let me see if it's the one I think.
I'm going to go with the game where I can shoot the lady's boobs.
No, not Farpoint.
The
Super Hot.
Super Hot, yeah.
The one that you made up in your head. I'm
Sniper Simulator.
Oh my god, that is such a great game.
Why would you want to snipe the boobs?
I don't
what
want
did
to.
the
He
boobs
does.
ever do to you?
To see them rip. I mean, obviously you're shooting them with rubber bullets, so you can. It's in slow motion, so you can see the bullet come out and it zooms in real close, right on the nipple, and it hits just to the left of the nipple and goes. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh my god!
Square Enix, hire me.
Make it stop.
Actually, it's Let It Die.
Stop the ride. I want to get off.
I'm gonna agree with Callie and say The Last Guardian. Can this show be over?
Can we go home now?
How interesting that Xerox copied someone else.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry, Nate. I wish I could take it back.
I wish you could too. You know what? No, I'm going to change my answer. I'm most excited for Mirag.
Arcane Warfare.
That's right, Mirag. Mirag's my choice.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
To be fair, Nate, I still think the Moonglow Defense Force was your crowning achievement.
Yeah, well, nobody else does. Not even anyone who was in that.
Especially the people who were in it.
That's right, because they know what happened. Anyway, Krisha, what are you most excited for?
He picked Super Hot VT.
That's not a game. That's not a game. That's not. He described a completely different game from what that is. That's not the game. What?
007 boobs under fire.
You can't just make up.
I'm super excited for that game where a girl comes over to my house and gives me a blowjob. That one. I'll play that one this year.
Unfortunately, it's 8-bit.
What the fuck is this?
All right, fine. I'll choose. I'm gonna.
Because if you don't choose one, I'm gonna choose one for you. And spoiler alert, it's gonna be Hollow Knight Beneath and Beyond.
I'm gonna choose the Wild 8.
Why?
I'll play that with you.
Wasn't that the one that he said was interesting looking?
Yeah, multiplayer.
Top down.
Yeah, there you go. Multiplayer top down. That's the reason.
Okay. We could have said anything, and he would have agreed with it.
To get out of this segment at this point, yes, yeah, I think so.
Yep. I agree.
All right, someone read the emails. It's not.
I'll read it.
My voice is just.
This is
shot.
from Carl.
Good.
Didn't the director state he didn't want a day one patch for those people without the internet? And it sounds like the patch will be both.
This
big
is about
and
FF15, by the way.
Big and important. So what was the point of delaying the game if there's still a day one patch? Why not delay it a bit more to totally prevent the day one patch? Nate, how unexcited are you for this game right now? And second question to Nika, who's not here, does this affect you at all?
We can answer for Nika. No, I'm super happy for the game.
Yeah,
we can answer it for her.
She's still very much on the hype train. I've never gotten excited about this game ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to answer your second question, why not delay it a bit more to totally prevent the patch? Because they were out of room on the disc. There's no more room.
He was being facetious, you dumbass.
I don't think he was.
Yes, he was. Carl, I know your intent.
Coral.
What are we gonna do, Coral?
Carsola.
Look, I never got on the hype train.
You were on the hype train.
No,
he never was.
Yes, he was.
Never on the hype train.
Oh, don't make me do research.
You did research.
When the fuck was I on
the? Right when they had that suit.
Research.
Yeah, you definitely are too lazy to do research.
You do accounting, but you don't do research.
When I say I do research, I'm going to have Skuro do it, okay?
He remembers you being excited right after the big event where they announced the release date and everything.
November
before the delay and everything.
I was cautiously optimistic.
Oh, my God.
That's what he's remembering.
That's a notable difference. Being cautiously optimistic.
That's not being on the hype train. It's not.
I didn't say you're on the hype train. He says, are you unexcited? You were excited.
I never got excited in the first place.
You were excited.
No. No. They sold their copy of the game to me with that event, but they never got me on the hype train. I said, it could be good.
I think he just knows that for you, that's excitement.
I think it just sounds like you're trying to copy your sentiment from before.
Oh, here we go.
Because he's Xerox.
Yeah, I
Thank
get it.
you,
Thanks.
Joke Master 5000.
I'm going to read this second email.
Thank you.
Hey, Feck Crew. I appreciate your coverage of the video game voice actor strike. Your interviews with the voice actors have been pretty insightful. I empathize with their struggle and believe they do play a big role in making games great. Recently, on Kinda Funny Gamecast, by the way, I get the impression you don't think too highly of them, they spoke about this subject.
Really?
Where did that impression come from?
What would give you that idea?
I think they made some pretty interesting points. It seems the video game industry has basically agreed to a majority of their demands even before the strike was initiated. Also, I think their discussion on how the strike could have long-term consequences on the game industry as a whole is very interesting as well. I think they take a fair look at this strike from both sides and make some good points for both parties. I encourage you to watch this clip from the show. I would love to hear your opinions on some of the points they make.
Look, I think that the guys over at Kinda Funny have been sucking the dick of game developers for too long, and they've lost their objectivity on this one. That's what I think. I don't think that they can be objective because they've received too much from the gaming industry to be able to look at this one fairly. I mean,
kind of dick suckers is what they should change their name to.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like cum. I don't know. They like the jizz taste, I guess. Look, I can't take anything from that camp seriously, because it all screams to me. Look, we're in the pocket of game developers. We have been for a long time, and this to me says that even more. Well, they agreed to 90%. Did they? Really? That's why you've got professionals who have been doing this for 20 years, risking their career, doing a work stoppage to be able to make their point. Nobody does that who is satisfied in their job. Nobody does that who gets the majority of the demands that they're asking for.
Yeah, if you get 90% of what you ask for, there isn't a strike. You're finishing up at the negotiating table.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if it happened before the strike was initiated.
Yeah, I don't buy that for even half of a second. And the fact that it comes out at kind of funny makes it even more suspect.
Makes it even more kind of funny.
Smells kind of funny. That's for sure. I don't trust those guys. I can't trust any of those guys. They presented the whole Square Enix thing. You're going to tell me that they don't have some very close ties to the gaming industry?
We know what it takes to have a good relationship with Square Enix. We're well aware.
Yeah. They don't put up with bullshit. I mean, they really don't. That's why they don't put up with us at all. I don't understand how kind of funny can even be considered as like somewhere in the middle. You're hearing the representation of the game devs right there. I mean, disseminated information is pretty much what that is, and that's irritating to me. It's irritating to me because so many gaming outlets are like that these days. I mean, we talked about that a couple episodes ago when we were talking about the gaming media. But this is the problem. You jump into this pile of shit that these game companies have been navigating for so long, and they did it with bigger companies than you are. With bigger distributions, bigger audiences than your audience gets. I mean, it's hilarious to me that any YouTuber thinks that they have any kind of leverage on a game dev these days. Because they do. Legitimately, there are people that do. Not even realizing that the minute a game dev shows them the least bit of attention, they're all over that dick. They just want just put it all in my face. I just want free games. I'll say anything. It's pretty gross.
It's sad too.
It's frustrating, and it's frustrating because I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to placate a game dev to be able to present the show that I want to. To be honest, I don't even want to placate our own audience to be able to do the show that we do.
Have you guys noticed?
Which is kind of a crazy strategy for a show that relies on audience support.
Yes and no. I mean, I think a lot of people, when they start getting attention from the game devs and from the developers, they think, oh, we finally made it. But you're not making content for them. At least I would hope that wasn't what the plan was originally, is to make content for your fellow gamers.
Right.
So why is it, I've made it, when the game devs start paying attention to me and start giving me stuff? Because then, like you say, at that point, you're going to start saying what they want you to. You're going to start pushing people towards them, and now you're not making content for the gamers. Now you're making content for the devs.
Exactly.
Well, and it's like when we stand back and look at it, you can understand why if a new FF14 podcast pops up and they start doing real well and Square Enix starts paying attention to them, like that's like a humongous compliment to them. That
it is.
Like that. But at the same time, once you start doing that, once you start going that route with it, you lose your objectivity.
And that's the thing, though, is that, like for us, because we've been kept at kind of kept at arm's length from Square Enix. Square Enix didn't really buddy up to us, right?
No, that's correct.
Because of that, I think that gives us a much more objective an objective point of view when being able to talk about their content, being able to talk about their games. If people thought that we were an extension of Square Enix's promotion end of their business, that credibility gets hurt. And I don't think that YouTube creators think about this in the long run. I don't think that gaming content creators think about that in the long run. They're so concerned with the immediate payoff of what's the next video that I can make that'll get the most hits. How can I beat the rest of these YouTube streamers to the punch? How can I get there first? How can I get this next video to go viral? And that's never something that we as a show, that we as a company have ever relied on for trying to get our name or our brand or our show out into the public consciousness. The thing that we do is just we do the show that we want to. We say, hey, support us if you like us. If you like us. If we meet that goal, if we meet that standard that you have set. We don't get to set that standard. You get to set that standard for us. And if ever we don't meet that standard, you get to fuck off. That's
fair. If people hate us, they can still support us.
That's true, too. I don't know why you would, but we'll still take your money. Sure. But I think that has a way of making the show, making what we do and our opinions more honest. You can tell that they're more honest. We're being very transparent about what money we get. The only money that we've ever gotten for the show has been through Patreon and from Alamo City Comic Con.
And PayPal. That's it.
You guys know that. Every time we get a PayPal donation, it scrolls across the screen. You know it. We know it. Everyone knows it.
I was 3 seconds away from going.
Yeah, I know. I saw you going for it. I did a Cali punchline steal. But I mean, can you I can't take what Kind of Funny says about stuff like this very seriously. And I'm sure that they know performers. I'm sure they know voice actors. I'm sure that they're not speaking from a place of inexperience. And maybe I am. I definitely am. I mean, we're very new to this. The show is just over a year old at this point. This is a world that we have only just started to interact with, and these guys have been here for 10, 15 years. They've been doing it for a long time. And making those connections for a long time. And that says something. I think that speaks volumes right there. So, I mean, if you want me to try to take that seriously, I got to tell you, I take it with a grain of salt. I take it as, here's the devs' view of this issue. And I'm sorry, I just don't buy that 80% of the demands have been made.
90.
90%. I don't buy it at all.
And I mean, it goes.
I don't buy it.
It goes both ways too. We talk about reading the AMA for the people, the actual voice actors.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. That's their perspective of it.
Yeah.
And as always, the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Right. Yeah, I think that's probably true. But I don't know why so many people, so many highly talented people that have done fairly well in this industry would walk away from the majority of demands being met. I don't.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And the fact that game devs themselves have been mum on this issue, the fact that it has to filter through someplace like Kind of Funny, I think that says a lot too. I mean, we just said Phil Lamar, Femshep, Jennifer Hale, all of those voice actors did an AMA. When we talked to James Arnold Taylor, I did not talk through his agent. I did not talk through some kind of agency. I did not talk through a SAG-AFTRA spokesperson. I talked to James Arnold Taylor. We talked to David Hayter. EA is not calling us to give their side of the story. And quite frankly, I don't think they're calling Kinda Funny either. That's my take on it. So
yeah, no, and the way they're doing it is scummy. When you just release like little things here and there, and then you hear them, Kinda Funny Games spouts off these things. Guess what? There are unfortunately people out there. They're gonna take that as truth. There are people who are gonna listen to that show, and the next day when they meet their buddies, they're gonna be like, "Hey, did you guys know that 90% of the voice actors' demands were made, and they're still striking?" And you can't throw that back on EA because they didn't officially say it. And I think that kind of stuff is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we're seeing, people really wake up to how fake social media news is and how manipulative it can be. And I'm sorry, when I hear a number thrown around like 90% of demands or the majority of demands have been met, I'm going to say,
that's ridiculous.
Where's your source? Mm-hmm. Tell me what your source is.
We don't need sources in 2016.
Yeah, you do.
Come on.
More than ever.
More than ever, yeah.
If anything, this election has taught me that you don't need sources.
Well, it certainly taught a lot of people that. But that's a topic for another day.
It sure is. All right. I think that's going to do it here for Final Encountercast. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us here. Twitch.tv/Final Encountercast is the show, the site, the streaming channel, whatever it is. FinalEncountercast.com is the website. I apologize for my voice, guys. You
sound like shit, buddy.
Yeah, I started to get really hoarse around the end of
last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's been tough trying to maintain my voice. I've been kind of pushing it a little bit, so I apologize, guys.
Your vocal consistency?
You can fuck right off. How many old jokes are you guys gonna bring back on this show? Huh?
Oh, we got a few more.
I'd say we could copy a few more.
Yeah, what are you gonna call me?
That's a new joke.
You're gonna call me fender bender like everyone did in high school too?
No, but we are gonna tell you to go hang out in the ass box.
God, that's really digging.
That's not even the right show, Callie.
You suck. Anyway, big shout out and thank you to Austin Creed for hanging out with us today and answering our questions. Again, check out youtube.com/UpUpDownDown and watch him interview some really interesting people and play some games. The Wayne Brady interview was, I think, one of my favorites. So make sure to check that out. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here live at twitch.tv/Final Encountercast. FinalEncountercast.com is the website. I want to thank my crew, Kooky Persona, who's been hanging out, answering phones today, as well as Skuro, making some dumbass comment in the chat room. And thank you to my crew, of course, Robbie, Krisha, Callie. My name's Nate. Have a good one. Final Encountercast is a production of FinalEncountercast.com, Limit Break Radio, and Bender Media Productions. Today's episode was produced by Nate Bender, Kooky Persona, and Callie Sloan. This show is made possible by the generous Patreon donors of the podcast Limit Break Radio. Opening music provided by Keyboard Kid. More info and music can be found at keyboardkid206.bandcamp.com. Closing music provided by Sobsy. For more info, visit sobsy.bandcamp.com. For links to articles mentioned on this show, check out our live blog at finalencountercast.com. Final Encountercast and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.